Guys, today you read the video correctly. We're diving into 5 of the rarest cars, but you can still get them in Forza Horizon 5. Kicking things off, we're in the Ferrari SF90 Stradale or Stradale or Stradale. I don't believe that's actually a name for it. And this is my favorite car on the list today, because it looks incredibly fast. I love the newer looking supercars. I think they look really good. Now, this car has released to the game a good number of times, making it one of the easier ones on today's list to get. However, since it's a very sought after hypercar, it doesn't show up for very long on the auction house because so many people are trying to get their hands on it. But that being said, you will see quite a few show up if you have the patience to do so. This car cannot stay on the road. Blame the car, not the driver. So definitely a 10 out of 10, recommend you go get this one because I don't believe it'll be re-releasing anytime soon, and it is still relatively easy to get and a must-have to any car collector out there. Let's move on. And we're not moving very far. In fact, we're still in Ferrari. It's the 575M. Now, to my knowledge, this car has released into the game 2 separate times. Its first time being well over a year and a half ago during Ferrari month, and let's be honest, not a lot of people got their hands on it because we figured it was just another one of those cars Forza was going to be adding to the game, and we were going to be able to get it multiple times. However, it's only released one other time since, to my knowledge. Now, there's nothing special about the car. It's not particularly good at racing, drag racing, or drifting. Perhaps there is a weird event out there where it's the best in-class C-class car for Riviera Sprint. But aside from that, it's not really useful for much other than completing your collection. And when it comes to completing your collection, this is a must-have car as it is pretty incredibly rare. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for Ferraris. Let's go ahead and move out of this category. This next car is so rare, I don't actually have it. I have to use the lookalike. It's a Koenigsegg Agera, but we are in the Agera RS. So keep in mind, that means there are 2 of them in the game. The Agera RS is not rare whatsoever. In fact, I believe you can go and buy it from the car collection page. The Agera, however, is so elusive. I have no idea when it released, how many times it's released. All I know is I have never been able to find myself one on the auction house. And I have looked many times, including for 30 minutes before I started recording this video. In total, I think I've probably dumped around 3 to 4 hours into searching for this car with no luck. So if you're one of the lucky few people that has the Koenigsegg Agera base edition, I mean, I'll buy it off you. I'll give you 20 million credits right now. Because unfortunately, I'm not one of those people, and I don't think there's many of you out there. Now, I'm certain people are going to comment under this video. I have 5 or 6, and to you I say show me proof in my Discord, because I just simply don't believe you. This car is so elusive. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next car on our list, and we're moving out of the hypercar category for that. And the car we're moving on to is near and dear to all our hearts. It's the R32 Skyline that Paul Walker drove in the second Fast and Furious movie. It's the Skyline R35 2020 edition. I'm just messing with you as you're writing that comment about how I know nothing. You're right, I don't know anything, but I do know how to get angry comments out of you. This car has released actually quite a few times into the game, but it makes for a good best in classes for drifting and for racing, and it's just an all-around very cool looking car that people always want to get their hands on. So although it's released quite a few times, it does still disappear from the auction house incredibly quickly when it does pop up. Now, much like the SF90 Stradale, since it's released so many times, if you were actually looking for this car, I believe you would have no trouble in finding it. As long as you're willing to set aside 15 to 30 minutes, it's as good as yours. Definitely one of my more favorite cars on this list today, but we still have one final car to get through, and I promise you did not see it coming. So let's go find out what that last car is. And the last car is a car we used to have on rare car list videos all the time, but it became less rare for a period of time, but it's finally back. You can no longer find the Unicorn V2 on the auction house at the press of a button. This car is finally elusive, and it makes me so happy to say that, because this is one of my favorite rare cars in the game. Because if you don't know, it has a special perk that you can buy with skill points that allows you to get a ×8 drift multiplier that we're gonna aim to get at the top of the screen there. And if you don't know, a ×8 is the highest usable one in the game. Now, I do believe that the PLP 50 has a ×9 or ×10, but let's be honest, you're not gonna be able to do insane drifts with the PLP 50 like you can in this thing. It's the Unicorn V2, for goodness sakes. And a long time ago, this car's actually been in the game since the release, I made a video on how you could get insane amounts of skill points from drifting up and down the festival drag strip in this car, and you only had to go up and down one time and you get 10 skill points. Obviously, since then, we found far better methods. But that is gonna be our video for today. As you can see, we locked in a ×8 at the very top there. If you guys made it to the end, let me know with a comment down below, and let me know which cars I may have missed. I know these weren't the all-time current rarest cars in Forza Horizon 5, but I'd love to know your guys' opinions on which ones are. As always, we'll see you in the next one. Happy holidays. I'm out. Oh, peace.